Washington University for tonight's season opening match featuring your Western Washington Vikings and the MSU Denver Roadrunners. Prior to the start of tonight's 90-minute match, we'll introduce the starting 11 for both teams. First, for the visiting Roadrunners of MSU Denver. The starting 11 is announced by head coach Kat Mertz and assistant coaches Amanda Rosso, McKenna Broussard, Ryan Gerhardt, and James Van Aertstellen. Here are the starters for the Roadrunners. At goalkeeper, wearing number 30, Kylie Bach. At forward, wearing number 8, Kailani New. In the midfield, wearing number 9, Issa Durkin. At forward, wearing number 10, Madrid Mack. In the midfield, wearing number 12, Janelle Arinibas. In the midfield, wearing number 14, Monica Yoder. At defender, wearing number 15, Maddie Reeder. At defender, wearing number 17, Emily Silwa. In the midfield, number 23, Sammy Spring. At forward, they're wearing number 24, Tessa Kilman. And in the midfield, wearing number 32, Brooklyn Gold. Those are your MSUD Roadrunners. And now for the host Vikings of Western Washington, as announced by head coach Travis Cannell, assistant coaches Jamie Arthurs, Johan Lahudzaner, and Alex McBeef. At goalkeeper, a senior from Folsom, California, wearing number 0, Abigail Trengo. A senior co-captain from Puyallup, wearing number 14, defender Hallie Noel. At defender, a junior from Westland, Oregon, number 2, Asia Harden. In the midfield, a junior from Shoreline, number 4, Morgan Bonalili. In the midfield, a senior from Seattle, number 6, Ashley Wynn. In the midfield, a sophomore from Portland, number 7, Jane Himura. In the midfield, a sophomore from Sammamish, number 8, Mia Cairns. In the midfield, a junior from Pasco, number 10, Claire Potter. In the midfield, a senior from Colbert, number 16, Lydia Myers. At defender, a sophomore from Woodinville, wearing number 21, Olivia Connell. At forward, a freshman from Ferndale, number 23, Emily Holward. Those are your Western Washington University starters. We would like to begin by acknowledging that we gather tonight on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin throughout the San Juan Islands and the North Cascades watershed from time immemorial. Please join us in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Lumbee Nation and Nooksack tribe, for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. And now, fans, would you please rise if able and turn your attention to the flag to the right of the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome back into Harrington Field, second game of today's season opening doubleheader as the Western Washington Vikings women's soccer team kick off their 2024 slate here against MSU Denver. The Vikings coming off a season that saw a lot of success, but a lot to build on from the perspective of a program which has been a perennial favorite in the West region, missing out on the NCAA tournament for the first time in a decade, eliminated in the final of the GNAC tournament by Simon Fraser University. Vikings looking to bounce back in a big way, return to the NCAA tournament, and return to atop the GNAC, where they have spent so much of this conference's history. They look to get off on the right foot here against a team out of the RMAC, MSU Denver, who went 7-6-6 last year, 6-3-3 in conference play in a very good Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, and lost to a number 18 nationally ranked Colorado Mesa team the first round of the RMAC tourney, ending their season. This is a team that has proven they can be giant slayers. They got a draw against that same Colorado Mesa team earlier in 2023. At that time, Colorado Mesa were ranked number 4 in the nation. Western Washington last year, their record was 12-5-4. 9 wins, 2 losses, and 3 draws in GNAC play, finishing only behind arch rivals Seattle Pacific University. Still advanced to that GNAC tournament final and were upset by a Red Leafs team which broke the streak, which has been present in the GNAC for almost all of its existence, of a 2-horse race between the Falcons and the Vikings for hardware in the conference. Simon Fraser winning the double in both men's and women's soccer and upsetting the Vikings. But Western Washington is going to be coming back with a vengeance this year. Western Washington will be in the black jerseys, attacking from left to right on your screen for this first 45. MSU Denver going right to left. Western Washington, a team that has proved their ability to be elite offensively and defensively. The problem in 2023 was conversion. This was a team that needed about 12 shots on average to score a goal. They're only scoring on about a quarter of their shots on goal. They were getting the opportunities. They were controlling games, whistle to whistle, or buzzer to buzzer rather, but weren't able to score with enough consistency to move on into the postseason in the NCAA tournament. A couple new additions to this team. Excited to see if they can change those in front of goal woes. And of course, the established stars to watch out there. Morgan Monalili, 2-time All-American and previous GNAC Freshman of the Year, starting out there up top as we are just about ready to kick off here. Morgan Monalili does start things off for the Vikings, kicking off to her striker partner, Claire Potter. And it was that 2022 national championship season that Potter and Monalili were just 2 of the best strikers in Division II, putting away with stunning efficiency. If they can recapture that kind of form, this is going to be a hard team to beat, especially considering the defensive prowess we've seen year in and year out from head coach Travis Cannell's squads. A change in goal from legendary Vikings goalkeeper Claire Hanniger, who has just gone pro in Portugal. Abigail Trengov, the senior, very experienced senior, will be in net to start things off this season and will probably be the first choice keeper this year for Cannell. Vikings starting things off with a free kick close to a corner routine here. Hallie Noel, who will be the captain out there today, alongside Ashley Nguyen to take this. It will be Noel on the cross. Top of the box, getting a foot to it was Claire Potter, but misdirected. That was the story of the 2023 season for Claire Potter after an amazing 2022 freshman campaign, coming out of nowhere to score just bundles of goals. She had trouble putting the ball away in 2023, played in all 21 games, ended up with 2 goals and an assist despite 30 shots on the season. 16 of those shots on target. It seemed game after game she would come oh so close to putting it in the back of the net, off the post, or an amazing save or a goal line clearance. Just seemed to be denied by inches consistently. Was able to find a goal in the postseason, scoring in a 2-1 win over Western Oregon in the GNAC semifinals. The Vikings would go on to win. Another one of the players to score in that Western Oregon game, Shane Hamira, who had an excellent freshman year for the Vikings. She's out there on the left wing today for Western Washington. The two stars adorning the back of that black jersey Vikings are wearing today. Those two national championships. That one's headed into Monolily. Tries to get a foot to it. Lydia Myers in there. Myers, a Division I transfer, played last season at Kansas State. Appeared in 5 matches for the Wildcats. Before that, Texas A&M Commerce, another Division II program, where she applied her trade. Successful 2 seasons there, coming back to her home state of Washington for her senior season. A couple of seniors coming into the squad who can have an immediate impact alongside striker Kirsten McGuffey. You look at this starting lineup from Travis Cannell. The only main differences from what you would see oftentimes last year is going to be Trengove, of course, in goal, and Myers out there in her first season, as well as a freshman out of Ferndale getting a start in her collegiate debut. Emily Holdridge, forward out of Ferndale, had 51 goal contributions across her final 3 years playing up north in Whatcom County. Looks to apply that impact to a Vikings team, which has really just been one of the premier programs in Division II in women's soccer for a good long while now, under the leadership of Travis Cannell, one of the most prolific coaches in Division II women's soccer history, top 10 all-time in wins, as that attempted through ball is going to trickle all the way through to Abigail Trengove. Trengove, a player who has always been a good second option. Claire Henniger is just such a successful player at Western Washington that she took out most of those starts, but when Abigail Trengove would come into games, she would often show that she was easily a starting quality goalkeeper, as Holdridge looks mature there on the ball at midfield in her debut, going around 2 defenders and keeping possession, but the pass from Wynn ends up out of bounds. Last year, Trengove made 5 appearances. 2 of those were starts. Recorded a career-high 13 saves and posted her first collegiate shutout, and that was in the Vikings' home opener in 2023, a 2-0 win against Biola. Filling in for Claire Henniger, who was injured early in that season. Long ball over the top, trying to run onto it is a speedy Kailani Nunn, but getting there first is the captain, Hallie Noel. Her pass is picked up, though. Nunn tries a little backheel flick, and Noel takes it right back. The sliding tackle is going to earn a throw-in for the Roadrunners. This is a team that performed pretty well on the road, especially defensively in 2023. Kept 5 road shutouts, 8 shutouts on the season as a whole. Only conceded just over a goal per game. Vikings, of course, were hovering around 3/4 of a goal per game, one of the best defensive units in the nation, headed by a first-team unanimous All-Gen X selection in Asia Harden, who is also wearing the captain's armband today alongside Noel. MSU Denver looking to whip this ball in, get an early opportunity off a set piece. Lofted to the top, Trengove comes out to punch it strongly out. Holdridge trying to win an aerial duel against the captain, Maddie Reeder, and she is able to put it upfield. Monolily running onto it. Monolily still battling for it, can't win it that time, but now does end up at her feet. Outside of the boot, through ball. Holdridge is going to give chase, but it's going to run all the way through to Kylie Bach. And when you look at the 2023 season for the Roadrunners, a lot of it came down to the play of Kylie Bach. The second-team All-RMAC selection, was top 50 in the nation in saves and saves per game. This is a team that allowed a lot of shots on goal. They were actually outshot on average by their opponents, but still came out with a positive goal-scoring record as well. It's a positive record overall in the win column. A lot of that came down to Bach's performances in net. Comes into this season top 5 in program history in average goals against per game. And it's a deep goalkeeping room. They've got a couple of goalkeepers that can perform at that, not just starter quality, but high starter quality. Right now, out there for the Roadrunners are 5 2023 All-RMAC selections, 4 honorable mentions, and Bach as a second-teamer. Potter lays it off to Monalili, trying to work at the top corner of the box, tries to get off to Myers. The 1-2 back to Monalili, fighting for possession, does get it towards net, but can't direct it between the sticks, and it'll be out for a goal kick, but Monalili using the physicality to fight through there. Simply put, Morgan Monalili on her day is one of the best strikers in the nation. Easily a goal contribution per game when she's hit her stride. She got off to a very slow start last year. Took her a handful of games to get her first goal, but once she did, they started coming in bunches. Ended up being the Vikings' leading point getter and goal scorer. This one played through to Claire Potter. Chance to work it into the middle. Holdridge is there, and it'll go out for a corner kick. Defending there was Sammy Spring, but can only direct it out of bounds. And the second corner of the match here, this time on the far end. Looks like it will be Hallie Noel. Had a career high in assists in 2023, proving her ability to put the ball into the box with accuracy. Floats this one far post. Getting ahead to it was Mia Cairns, but not able to direct it on target. Cairns, another player who came in as a freshman last year and really impressed. Led all Viking freshmen in points. Cairns had 8 total points on the year, getting that through both goals and assists, and overall just played really quality. Started off as a squad rotation player, but certainly earned a spot in that starting 11 as the season went on, especially as the Vikings started searching for ways to get more consistency in front of goal. Getting that first tally is going to be so important for the Vikings. Monalili drives forward and draws a free kick, showing the pace and control of the ball to earn that set piece. In games where the Vikings were able to score, they won 12, drew 1, and lost 1. And if they were able to score 2 goals in 2023, it was a perfect 8-0. So it's all about getting that first one, starting off on a good note. Taking control of the game. They've proven they can control the shot chart, control the possession. But it all comes down to finishing if they want to take that next step. Noel and Nguyen stand over this one. Nguyen, arm in the air. She'll send it in right into the mixer, headed towards goal, and it's saved by Bach. It looks like Monalili got a little glancing header on that one, but no trouble for the senior in the sticks right now for MSU Denver. That's going to be the biggest opponent the Vikings are going to have to overcome, the star from 2023 for the Roadrunners. They won't come easy against her. Monalili drives in, tries to lay it off to Myers, but it's intercepted. And we'll see if Denver can try to get some work on the break. A couple players on this team known for their speed, and counterattacking is certainly important against a team like Western Washington that just tends to own games, especially here at Harrington Field. The record that they've put up over the last few seasons is just incredible. They're winning about 70% of the games they play here, and they rarely concede. Claire Potter takes it away. Vikings last year in 2023, they kept a shutout in 7 of their 9 home games. This is one of the hardest places in the nation to come in and score a goal at. Western Washington soccer already starting off the day with a upset win over number 18 Chico State in the men's matchup. Women trying to match that. Western Washington in this matchup, however, probably favored. Vikings #1 in the GNAC preseason poll. Despite falling behind SPU at the end of 2023, just a really quality Seattle Pacific side. Came in here and beat the Vikings 2-0 at Harrington before falling in the GNAC semifinals against a Cinderella Simon Fraser squad. That's a good-looking ball, but Holdridge is just behind it. Good idea from Wynn. 13 minutes gone in this one. Both shots for Western Washington. They've forced one save out of Bach. They've done a solid job of creating opportunities. Talked about in the earlier game today was 2 elite defensive squads. And it really came down to first goal wins. If you take that advantage, it's going to be hard to lose it. And for the Vikings, you got to think if they can get on the score sheet early, they're in a real good spot here. That one trickles through all the way to Bach. Thank you for joining us here on Vikings TV for the second game of this doubleheader. My name is Adam Reyes, your voice for Vikings soccer. So excited to get this season started out. Already on a good note with the men's team picking up that win. MSU Denver trying to force it down the other way, but that attempted cross is right into the gloves of Trengove. Vikings' last home game here at Harrington Field was a preseason match. It was actually a disappointing 2-0 loss against Trinity Western University. That was a nice move by Brooklyn Gold right there, get some space. Battle on the ground between Noel and Nunn, and the Vikings end up with it. Holdridge applying the pressure, running after this one. Has a little pace on her defender, but played back calmly by Suwa. Suwa on it again. Now plays it to Gold. Gold, the leading point getter for the Roadrunners in 2023. She had 3 goals and 5 assists, but this is a team that spread out that scoring. They had 14 different goal scorers in 2023, no player with more than 4. Similar story for the Vikings as they found goals in a lot of different ways. Easily intercepted there by Hallie Noel. Olivia Connell, the sophomore. Connell, a player who was starting right out of the gates as a freshman. Tallest defender out there on the pitch is Connell. Standing at 5'10", matched only by Abigail Trengove. All the way to Bach, she has to clear her lines. Lofted ball, looking to find Nunn. Hallie Noel wins the aerial duel, sends it back, and then earns a throw, and very well done by the Vikings captain. Earning the armband right there with a high work rate. Nunn, a player who only played 32 minutes last season, getting the start in today's season opener, but she did score her first collegiate goal just 21 minutes into her debut against New Mexico Highlands. That's a good ball played in. That's going to find Madrid Mack. Step over, doesn't fool Olivia Connell. Lydia Myers, a little bit of a collision there. Chanel Aranibus. Roadrunners scored about 1 1/3 goals per game in 2023. That was inflated by a couple of blowout wins, including a 6-0 victory over New Mexico Highlands. Played a good game against Colorado Mesa in the RMAC tournament. Ended up losing 2-3 in that game. Was down 3-0, ended up fighting back, making a game of it. That was a really quality squad, though, in a Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, which just puts out quality in women's soccer. You look at Colorado School of Mines, one of the best in the nation last year. A team that the Vikings lost to on the road. Good memories for the Vikings against RMAC opponents here at Harrington, though. A couple years back, they defeated Colorado School of Mines to advance to the Final Four. They would go on to win that in what was essentially a home match down in Seattle at Interbase Stadium. Packed house of Western Washington fans, friends, family. One of the best nights in recent memory for WWU athletics. Anna Lilly tracks back and wins a free kick. It's easy to talk about Morgan Monalili's ability to create goals, but the way that she plays the entire pitch, gets back to defend, does a little bit of everything out there. Such a valuable player and has been right from the start of her collegiate career. Just a huge get for Travis Cannell's squad. Monalili playing out of Shoreline, Washington, just north of Seattle. Has a twin sister on the Colorado School of Mines team that has also been dominant. Vikings throw in on the near side. Holdridge, two defenders around her. And MSU Denver is going to take the throw in back. Holdridge and her sister both joining this WWU squad out of Ferndale in 2024. Monalili applying the pressure there against Sammy Spring, but gets it back to Bach. And Spring tries to break out now. Vikings used to playing on the front foot, playing with that high press. MSU Denver is finding a little bit of space here. Long through ball. Noel's in a foot race. She gets there first. Beating Issa Durkin to that one. Durkin last year had a goal on 28 shots, 11 of those on goal. A lot of offensive opportunity, but not the output she would have wanted. Looking to change that here in 2024 in her junior season. That cross is claimed easily by Abigail Trengove. Western Washington men's soccer filtering into the stands here of Harrington Field after what ended up being their second consecutive home win against a ranked opponent. A really quality performance against a good Chico State team. Over the top, Ashley Wynn to run onto it. Wynn is able to keep it in bounds, but she is offside. That one's intercepted by Myers. Bach's out of her goal. Trying it. Net is Myers, and Bach is able to scramble back just in time. Just not enough venom on that chance. That was just given away there to the Vikings. Lydia Myers wanted her first Western Washington goal here. 20 minutes into her debut. Wasn't able to get it on that opportunity. Wynn plays it back. A little bit of an uncertain area. Trengove has to rush back and sends it very convincingly past midfield. Gold plays it back to the back line. Three Vikings immediately there to pressure. And they're able to switch the play as well. Aranibus ahead. Noel steps in. She hasn't put a foot wrong early in this game. She's been excellent. "20 minutes gone. 3 shots off on the board for the Vikings. Denver still a goose egg up there. This is a Roadrunner team that was able to win these kind of games in which they were outshot. Excellent play by Bach in goal, and an ability to convert chances at a good rate is what led them to their positive record in 2023, and that's just what they're going to have to do against this Vikings team. Myers unable to keep that one in the field of play, out for a Denver throw-in. Metro State lobs it forward. Noel, a little bit of a weaker clearance that time as Roadrunners are able to recollect at least for a second. Win a collision there. Coming together with Aranibas, and it will be a free kick. Western Washington all-time record against Metro State Denver, 4-1-1. They've won the last 4 straight against the Roadrunners. Last time these two teams played was back in 2019. That was a 1-0 win for the Vikings in Denver. Last time the two teams faced off at Harrington Field was 2018. And that was actually a big victory for the Vikings, 2-1 over an MSU Denver squad that was ranked 8th in the nation at the time. Even the best of teams have a lot of trouble coming into the south of Western Washington's campus and getting a result. Metro State pushing down the far side. Swarm of black shirts around the ball, wins it back quickly. And Monolily goes to ground. Starting to lose track of the times that Denver has had to foul Monolily, but that's the kind of impact that she brings to the field. So hard to get the ball off her. Monolily with 6 goals and 3 assists last season. Just about all those coming in the last 10 or so games of the year. Holdridge with it here on a 1-2 with Wynn. Lays it off to Myers, looking at goal, has a shot. It's over the bar, but not by much. And it was deflected as well. It'll be a corner kick for Western Washington. Bach had to give it a look and put a hand up, but it was always going over. Monolily is over to take the corner kick. It'll be an outswinger into the box. Connell, the tallest player out there, at the top of the 6. Running short is Wynn. They'll go to the short option. Good first touch. Back heel, trying to get back to Monolily, and can't maintain possession. One away there. Madrid Mack on the defensive end. Wynn sprinting back to win it immediately. 20 minutes remaining in this first half of play. It's been all Vikings, but no clear-cut opportunities yet for the hosts. 3-time West Regional champions, 2-time national champions, and 6-time GNAC champions as well. A trophy cabinet just full to the seams. Long ball off over the top, looking for none, but Connell gets there first. Collected by Aranibas. Ball ahead on the wing to run onto. It's put into the box. A loud shout from Abigail Trengove. Controls the box and controls the ball. Win near side. One defender to beat. Pass it off to Myers. Good turn by her to get past her defender. Into the middle for Claire Potter. Myers goes to ground. Referee says play on. Potter has Amir on the far side. Hasn't been too involved thus far. Holdridge just wrong-footed by that pass. Denver, bulk of their opportunities is coming on the break the other way, and the Vikings are doing an excellent job of tracking back. It was interesting to see how this Vikings defense would evolve with the loss of players like Katie Watt and Claire Henniger, but so far it seems that they've adjusted very well. Hallie Noel stepping up, having a great half so far, and of course Asia Harden, one of the best defenders in the region. And that pass is right at Ashley Wynn. Second time the Bucs had a cheap giveaway from her own net. Box passes beyond Myers, but still gets to Cairns. Myers into Monolily. Cute little pass, trying to get it back to Myers, shoulder to shoulder. Ball's deflected out. Chasing after it is Sua, and she's going to keep it in bounds in case it was going to be a corner kick. Bit of a 50-50 call there, and her pass is straight back to Cairns. Another gift for the Vikings. Myers looks at goal again. This time she was going for that near post and just not the contact she was looking for. So we're going to see our first substitution of the match here. Wynn will exit the game, as well as Claire Potter. Emily Rice comes into the match, as well as Audrey Holdridge. So both of the Holdridge sisters making their debuts today. And now both playing up top for the Vikings. You got to think the connection between the two strikers for the Vikings right now is as strong as it's going to get. Audrey Holdridge also a very successful career at Ferndale High School. Long ball over the top. We've seen it time and time again. There's just no mistakes made here by Asia Harden and Hallie Noel. Those are two of the most consistent defenders you're going to find. Big shoes to fill with Katie Walk graduating, but they've done well in this first 30 minutes or so of this match to show that his back line's in good hands. Taken away by Denver. Quick chance on the break here. They'll have a shot. It's blocked by Noel. What a half Hallie Noel is having right now. Her first game as captain here as a senior. She has just been everywhere on the defensive end. Picks up a big shot block there. Audrey Holdridge and Morgan Monolilly applying the pressure. There's been a couple of gifted passes in the defending third by MSU Denver, and there's another one that's picked up by Himira. Holdridge can't bring it down cleanly on the first touch. Would have been a good opportunity. Just over 15 minutes left in this one. Metro State trying to find a way through that far end. Most of their attack has come through that far side on the right wing. Trying to lift it across. Easy pickings that time for Jane Himira, the sophomore. Backheel pass, very well done by Morgan Monolilly. A little bit of flair. Vikings have a 3-on-4 here, but Myers is playing it slow. Cairns is calling for the ball, but Myers takes it herself. Goes down easy, but it's going to be a foul. And it's going to be a yellow card as well, as Myers was off on a run into space. First card of the match will be issued to Janelle Aranibas. Referee for this match is Kyle Thomas. Hasn't been too busy so far. But based on the situation there and the chance the Vikings have, that is a clear yellow card. Myers coming into this team and providing a lot of experience, D1 experience. A team that already knows how to win, certainly. Players gather at the top of the box, ready to run in on this free kick. Noel sends it straight towards net. Bach is up to claim it at the chest. Monolilly was the only one making a run towards the ball there. Didn't have too much of a shot of getting there in time, though. Shoulder to shoulder by Emily Holdridge, and it ends up at the feet of Noel. Good through ball to Monolilly in the corner. One-on-one with the defender, Sua. Through the legs and around, into the box. Drives towards net, shoots, and it's off the post. Boy, what a start to the season that would have been. Fancy feet by Monolilly. Makes a fool of Sua, but can't finish in the end. And it'll be a substitution for Western Washington. Emily Holdridge, she's played the first 30 minutes of her collegiate career, did very well. She'll be replaced by some experience in Sophie Beardencroft, the 5'9" senior striker who's going to provide an aerial threat off this corner. Emily Rice back onto the field now. She is the dead ball specialist as far as corners go for the Vikings. She'll be hitting this with the left foot, an in-swinger. Beardencroft waiting at that far post. Connell also providing height. It goes right into the middle bouncing on the ground and cleared away. Dangerous ball, well dealt with by MSU Denver. Sent right back into the mixer, but nobody there this time. Jesselyn Sanders fighting for possession. Pestered by Cairns, but keeps it. Aranibus driving down the far side. Marked by Cairns. Looks towards the box, looks to send in an early cross, and yet again, it's easily claimed by Trengove. You've seen the delivery into the area from MSU Denver, just haven't had the bodies in the box to make any dangerous opportunities of it. Trengove has been in control. Yet to make a save, but Metro State does have one shot up on the board. Myers' pass is taken away there by Madrid Mack. Mack battling to stay with it. Is able to maintain possession around a swarm of black shirts, and more good play right there to maintain possession, but the pass is taken away. Audrey Holdridge showing off the pace down the right side. Cuts it back now. Plays it in, was looking for Monolili, was behind her. And getting a foot in there is Emily Rice, but it'll be out for a goal kick. But Audrey Holdridge, a nice little run there in her collegiate debut. Substitutions here for the visitors. It'll be a trio of changes coming into the game. Jackie Anchondo, Meg Gonzalez, and Maya Woods.
Number 6, Maya Woods.
Maya Woods, the lone Washingtonian on this MSU Denver squad, hailing from Vancouver, Washington, a Union High School graduate. That one's played up, and Beardencroft in the mixer with a header, but doesn't win the duel in the end. Monolili applying a lot of pressure back to box. She's got to do something with it, and she'll just clear her lines. As far as Rice. Vikings have the Roadrunners pinned into their own half for much of this first 45. And when the Roadrunners have broken out, it hasn't been very convincingly. It is the start you'd like to see as far as game management goes. Biggest chance of the game was probably that Morgan Monolili ball off the post, which was just a bit of individual brilliance. Now, you know you can get that out of the two-time All-American, but you also want to be able to create those opportunities more organically through team play. Don't want to lean too much on your stars, especially with as deep of a lineup as the Vikings have. Myers battling for it, slides down to ground, but can't win it. Outside of the boot pass was misdirected by Aranibus, easily cleared away. Through ball, trickles all the way in. Flag was up, but it's going to be allowed to play on as Denver couldn't actually get to it. Trengove distributes to the far side, the captain Noel. You look at a player of the first half for the Vikings, look no further than Hallie Noel. Interception after interception, a big shot block, just has done everything right on that back line. Under 10 remaining in the first half now. Driven ball is intercepted right off the chest of Meg Gonzalez, the substitute. Tries to play in Jackie Anchondo. Noel once again all the way back, blocks the cross. It will be a corner. Roadrunners playing from behind in this half. Not favored coming into this match. This is the kind of game in which you need to really take advantage of your set-piece opportunities. Vikings have a lot of height in there, though. Olivia Connell, Abigail Trengove, of course. Sophie Beardencroft also providing aerial ability. Roadrunners have one player short. There to meet her if they do play it short is Jane Hamira. It'll be an outswinging ball if it does go into the box. floated near post. Trengov can't get a fist to it, and it's just wide left and cleared away. Dangerous opportunity there as it was put in a really good area over the hand of Trengov. Looks disappointed that she wasn't able to punch that away, but crisis is averted. So we're going to see substitutions here. Excuse me, they're going to have to stay off. It'll be changes for both teams. Micah Carr and Abby Suchi are going to be checking in. Lydia Myers and Morgan Monolili coming out of the match, and coming into the game for the Roadrunners is going to be Tessa Brettschneider. Brettschneider, the transfer from Division III Pacific University down in Oregon, a Eugene native. Good amount of Oregonians on this Vikings squad as well. Vikings one offside, and they get it there. Stepping off is Jocelyn Sanders. Abby Suchi, who's been really consistent in that squad rotation role in her time in Bellingham. And Micah Carr, well, I personally am looking to this year to have a sneaky breakout season, hitting her goal-scoring stride at the end of last year, scoring a really good goal in the postseason in the GNAC tournament, provides a lot of pace and energy up front. Carr right now looking to play in a more holding midfield role, as Audrey Holdridge and Beardencroft are the strikers atop the formation. Holdridge shows tenacity there on the fight, but can't win it away. Played far side to the captain, and easily blocked away there by Asia Harden. And Harden gets it again, plays it calmly back to her goalkeeper. Connell switches the play. Carr looking for her third goal of her collegiate career. She scored her first two last year, first WWU goal against St. Martin's late in the season, and then scored in the GNAC championship game. The Vikings would go on to lose that game 2-1 against Simon Fraser. And that championship game is so disappointing for the Vikings, as the only time that they scored and lost. When they were defeated, generally in 2023, it was by way of shutout. And did have some trouble performing against elite squads in non-conference play, having trips down to the RMAC and being on the wrong end of one-sided games against Concordia University Irvine and Colorado School of Mines. Trying to take some revenge on the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference here today in today's season opener. What a way to start in 2024 for all of WWU Athletics, for a doubleheader win on a weekend chock full of Viking events. Volleyball happening in Carver Gym right now, tomorrow, and on Saturday, as well as 4 different soccer games. I'll be on the call for all of those, as well as one of those volleyball games tomorrow. Tune in for those volleyball games. You'll hear Zen Hill and Merrick as well, making his debut on the mic. A young volleyball team with a lot of expectations this year. Could not ask for a better night to play some Viking soccer here. Not too hot, not too cold. Beautiful sunny day, turning into night right now. And a good crowd here at Harrington Field, despite school not starting at Western Washington for another 3 weeks. We're sure to see those attendance numbers spring back up once students are back on campus. Of course, mark on your calendars the Vikings rematch with Seattle Pacific here at Harrington Field. One of the best rivalries in Division II women's soccer. 4 minutes remaining in the half. Vikings still looking for a breakthrough. They get it to Suchi, clips it into the box. Holdridge trying to run onto it, and Bach leaps up and grabs it. was a good idea by Abby Suchi just to try to clip it in, but didn't take the hop she needed. Bach will slow things down. For the credit of Metro State University Denver, they've done a good job of limiting the really quality opportunities for the Vikings, and overall only 5 shots for the hosts to the Roadrunners 2. If you look at the possession numbers, it'll be pretty one-sided, but no major breakthroughs. Monolily going on a run of her own to put one off the post, but even that was from an awkward angle and probably covered by Bach. Just kept in bound on the far touchline. Carr applies the pressure. It's sent ahead by the captain, Maddie Reeder, and one away by Mia Cairns. Rice drives in field. And now back to reset play. Two and a half remaining here. Vikings looking to pick up the pace. Things have slowed down a little bit here. On the wing, that wall is not going to work for Emily Rice. Pass now to Brett Schneider. Guarded by Carr and one back away by Emily Rice. Noel. Her pass ahead is blocked away, but it's still with Western Washington. Now an opportunity to switch play here to the near side. Connell, a lot of space ahead of her. Off for the long diagonal ball, and it's just headed by Maddie Reeder. They did well to get there. Would have been open season for Sophie Beardencroft that had gotten past her. Bach, last year's MVP for these Roadrunners, has put up 3 saves in this match. Holdridge cuts it back on the end line. Plays it in. That's a long shot, and it had a chance. Wasn't able to curl it around. That was a decent look there by Western Washington. Beardencroft trying to pull off a wonder goal to open their 2024 account. Beardencroft, a player who has already etched her name in the Vikings history books with a huge performance in the national semifinal in 2022, and a win against Columbus State. Vikings would, of course, go on to win that national title. Beardencroft with a brace in that game. Harden, last player back, just out of the reach there of Rice. Thrown ahead and headed back. Carr on it. Noel and Rice play 1-2. And the triangle is not able to move the ball forward. 20 seconds left here. Maybe one more look for Metro State University Denver. Wouldn't be surprised to see a long shot go to Trengov's goal. It will only be one more opportunity in the half. In there is Woods. As a foul's going to be called at the top of the box, and that will do it for the first half. Not a whole lot to look at for the first 45. Western Washington controlling the possession, but only 6 shots up on the board to the Roadrunners 3. Morgan Monolily, the best chance of the first half, going off the near post. Western Washington looking up to pick up the pace and find a finish in the last 45 to try to start 2024 off with a win. We'll be back in just about 10-15 minutes for the last 45 of today's doubleheader. Welcome back into here to Harrington Field. We're 2 minutes away from the second 45 beginning here between the hosts, Western Washington University Vikings and the Metro State University Denver Roadrunners. First 45, not too eventful, just 9 shots between the two teams, 7 for the Vikings, 2 for the Roadrunners. That first half for the Vikings on the offensive end, highlighted by a solid 37 minutes from Morgan Monolili. 2 shots, both of them on goal. One of them the best chance of the first half, striking the near post from a tight angle. 3 shots for Lydia Myers in her debut 45, one of those on goal. Sophie Beardencroft also putting a shot up, as well as Claire Potter. For Metro State, Sammy Spring and Jocelyn Sanders, the only 2 shots of the game, neither of them troubling Abigail Trengove in Western Washington's net. No saves needed from her in the first half. Possession stats, Vikings controlling the majority of it, a lot of it in their own half, but still dictating the pace of play. 3 corners to Denver's 1. And the only yellow card of the match was issued to Janelle Arabinas 30 minutes into the half. Vikings need to pick up the pace here in the second half. It slowed down a little bit towards the end of that 45. Metro State started to fight their way back in, get more possession and get more looks at goal, although a lot of the balls played in by the Roadrunners were easily collected by Trengove. But the Vikings, they need that burst of energy and pace. They can't be lulled into these long, drawn-out defensive battles. We saw this a lot in 2023. Vikings controlling possession, but not getting the clear-cut opportunities and not getting the finish. A team that was averaging a goal every 12 shots in 2023. Right now, they're on pace for exactly 12 shots, so Vikings have to find it in this next 45 as they get warm here to try to finish out this home opener strong. These non-conference games, when it comes to the end of the season, are only really going to matter if the Vikings are battling for a high regional spot or trying to get an at-large bid, which is certainly within their faculty as one of the elite teams in the West region, 3-time West region champions as recently as 2022. But these are games where you prove your mettle in a competitive matchup. Those conference games are what really matters. You got to qualify for the tournament, get that automatic bid through the GNAC Tournament Championship. Vikings have qualified for every single GNAC championship that's ever occurred, all 11 of them, and they've won half of those as well. Metro State University Denver, they've been quality in the RMAC for a few years now, which is a very good conference, producing some of the best programs in the nation. Colorado School of Mines, Colorado Mesa, teams that have seen success in that conference and in that region as well. A lot of the RMAC matchups between Western Washington here at Harrington Field have been high leverage. This one a little lower, but 45 minutes still to prove that this team can exercise those goal-scoring demons of 2023. And Metro State Denver, exactly the kind of team to test those Vikings in that exact category, as they were a team that leaned a lot in 2023 on their goalkeeper making saves, a team that let up a lot of opportunities but stopped them. If they can get by that, that'll be a good step in the right direction for the Vikings. Metro State in the white, they'll be attacking from left to right here in the second half. Vikings in the black, attacking from right to left. Just a couple of shots in that first half for the Roadrunners, and they leaned on the goalkeeper Bach as well for a trio of saves. Kicking off here for the Roadrunners, standing over it is Issa Durkin. Viking step out, Audrey Holdridge is still out there, a first half substitute. Looks to be a very similar lineup out there that we saw to end the first half, but Lydia Myers has re-entered the pitch. Both Holdridge sisters up top for WWU, running early. Flicked ahead immediately on opportunity here for Metro State. They get it to the edge of the box, send it into the box, flicked up into the air. And that'll do enough to clear the danger for now, and racing after it. That's Claire Potter, I believe, back onto the pitch. Potter substituted about halfway through the first 45. Playing in a little bit of a deeper role than we usually see her in. Oftentimes saw her isolated at the top of that formation in 2023. Something that was very effective in her freshman year. She was able to score goals in bunches through that, but wasn't able to find her scoring boots last season with just a couple to her name on the campaign. Myers mishits that one into the crowd. Fortuitous start for the Roadrunners, though, as they put the pressure on immediately. Didn't play a whole lot of the match in the attacking third in the first 45. Obviously trying to change that and steal a rare result at Harrington as an away team. Pass that already proved too tall for a ranked Chico State team earlier on against the men. Also over in Carver Gym right now, Western Washington playing their opening volleyball match of the year. It's another CCAA program in Sonoma State. If you have a chance, go over and give a listen to that. Zen Hill on the call for you on that one. Volleyball always an exciting sport at Western Washington, a team with a lot of history of success and always a high energy environment at those matches. Suchi, who came in the first half and stays in for the second half, was sliding in there. Caused enough disruption to get it out. A little miscommunication there between Claire Potter and Emily Holdridge, but the Vikings are still able to recover the ball. Co-captain Asia Harden plays it to the other co-captain, and Hallie Noel, who just had a spotless first half in defense. Long through ball for Holdridge to run onto. Shows off the pace, but won't get there in time. Lights are on here at Harrington. Night has set in. Viking soccer under the lights, nothing better than that. Holdridge frustrated she wasn't able to get a foot to that one. Pass was played very close to her. None on it. Good diagonally played ball. Gets to the feet of Durkin, cuts it inside, plays it in, and making over to make the play is Emily Rice. And cleared long. First 3 minutes of this half have been all Metro State. See if they can maintain this pressure on the Vikings back line. Good turn there to get out of pressure by Potter and plays it ahead. Audrey Holdridge trying to get to it, but winning the foot race will be Sammy Spring. But won't be able to keep it in bounds. The press works out. Vikings will have a throw in. Leave on the far side, that's Ashley Wynn coming back into the game, a starter in this one. Came out about halfway through that first 45. Short option of Holdridge. Used the body to get some space, crosses blocked. Played back. Stays in bounds. Excuse me, offside flag. It did stay in bounds off the corner flag. Vikings front line right now, a show of Whatcom County's excellence in women's soccer. A couple of Ferndale High School graduates playing on one of the best Division II programs in the nation. Team almost entirely made up of Northwesterners, a lot of Washingtonians. Always good to see local representation from Whatcom County as well. Trying to turn and move past there is Wynn and earns a throw-in. If the volleyball team can finish up a win at Sonoma State and this game goes in favor of the Vikings, it'll be a perfect 3 wins in 3 contests on the first day of the fall season. coming off a spring season which was immensely successful for Western Athletics. WWU softball making a historic run to West Region Championship glory, as well as being national runners-up. What an honor it was to be on the call for some of those games. And an amazing team. And of course, women's rowing winning yet another national title, the 9th in their history. That ball is harmless and picked up by Suchi. Plays to Potter. Back to Wynn. That right fullback role to provide pace down the wing. But this time opts to play it back. Harden drives ahead herself. 2 white shirts ahead of her, plays it to Myers. Nice little 1-2 finds Holdridge. Back to Myers. You notice for this first 50 or so minutes of this game, majority of the passes from Western Washington have been backwards or sideways. Hasn't been a lot of long balls over the top or particularly aggressive passing ahead. That might be one of the reasons they're sitting at just 6 shots right now. You definitely want to have some retribution after the frustration in front of that in 2023 that Western Washington had. You know this is a team that if they can score, they can win games with a lot of consistency. 12-1-1 last year when scoring. Their losses came when they weren't able to get on the score sheet. Holdridge doing well to apply pressure to the back line, but just able to direct it to Sammy Spring. I like what you see out of Emily Holdridge, making a start in her collegiate debut. High work rate, just flying around that opposing third of the field and causing troubles. Hasn't been rewarded with a clear-cut opportunity yet. Monolily not on the pitch right now for Western Washington, their most dynamic attacking threat. Noel's going to lift this one in, goes to the near post, and it's hit away by the first defender there. Wynn brings it down, but it's taken away from her. A little counterattacking opportunity here for the Roadrunners. Sprinting down the other way, it's a 2-on-4, but support is coming on the right side. A step over there at the top of the box. 4 black shirts around them. They do get it in here. Noon plays it to the side now. Durkin looking for space, and it's played off the defender. Blocking the cross there is Jane Amira, but it'll be a Roadrunners corner kick. Earning it is Issa Durkin. Right when the Vikings were building up some possession, Metro State able to show their danger on the counter. It'll be an out-swinging corner kick here from the near side. Right into the mix. Finds a white shirt, but it's cleared away. Good reaction there by Hamira. Chipped back into the box. Trengove about to claim it. Big collision there. Ball is lifted up, and it's going to be called dead. That was a heck of a coming together there between the attacker and Trengove. Luckily, they both seem no worse for wear. 2 competitors putting everything they have into getting to that lofted ball. Just glad nobody's hurt after that one. It's going to be a free kick for the Vikings. I believe that was Janelle Aranebis, who was on the worst end of that. Number 10, Madrid Mack, getting the collision with Trengove. Long ball for Holdridge to run onto. She wins that foot race, plays it ahead. She's going to get to it again, puts it into the middle. Played towards Goland, an easy save in the end for Bach. Really good run there by Holdridge down the right side. Myers was in the middle, couldn't put enough venom on the shot though. And Bach with yet another save. Player who was one of the leaders in this part of the country in saves per game in 2023. crucial to the success of the Roadrunners that year. Fox forced to clear that one out. Unconvincing on that one, and Suchi's only able to get a strong foot to it, send it out for a goal kick. Goal kick goes short. Controlled here by Sammy Spring. Now play back to the far corner. Metro State looking to break out. Harden playing up ahead to cut that one out. Plays a good ball into the corner now. And it's deflected on net. The seconds were there for Audrey Holdridge. And she wasn't able to get her boot through it. It was a deflected ball off the last defender that Bach had to react quickly to. Did well to stop the first one, and Holdridge was close to picking up a goal on her debut. Taken away again. Holdridge to Holdridge. Connection isn't there that time. Those two hard-running, pressing forwards, though, have led to a few mistakes on back passes. That's a well-won aerial duel by Emily Rice. Plays it to Lydia Myers, bursting ahead. 3 white shirts around her, takes it away from her. Update from Carver Gym. Western Washington is now up 2-0 against Sonoma State. Looking for a good start to their season. Ends up at the feet of Kalia Noon. Plays it back into the middle. Harden is there. Early cross sent in. Bouncing in the box. Sent on goal. Trengov has to charge out. And lays a shoulder down on the striker and maintains possession of the ball. The physical presence of Abigail Trengov has been felt on a couple of occasions by these strikers for the Roadrunners. It looks like the Vikings player might be on the worst end of that 3-player collision. I believe that's Jane Hamira up on her feet. A little limp, but looks like she'll walk it off. Play will be restarted here. Harden, the last player back, one of the most sure-footed defenders with the ball at her feet in the conference. That release valve that the Vikings love to work through as a possession-based team. You could just see the energy of Holdridge there, scrapping for the ball near midfield. Noel has to chase back on this one. Harden's there to help. Mira in a foot race to the ball, wins it. Good first touch ahead, a little bit of space ahead of her. That pass is just going to get to Lydia Myers. Skips past one defender, only one more ahead of her. It's going to be played into the corner. Deflected off. It's going to be a Vikings throw-in near the corner flag. And we're going to see some substitutions. Morgan Montalili re-enters the field of play. Audrey Holdridge comes off. She's shown a lot of spirit, a really good first shift. But, of course, having Montalili on the pitch is always a plus for the Vikings in attack. Already has the best opportunity of this match. Has led the Vikings in points both years she's played in blue and white. Tried a little turn there on the end line. Couldn't control it clean enough. Myers building out what is shaping up to be one of the best careers in Vikings history for an individual player, already a two-time All-American. Now in her junior year. Metro State can't get anything going with that. And it's cleared away by Rice. Myers waits on the second ball. Ends up at the feet of Monolily. Cuts it back, trying to get around a couple. And back to Mira. Myers back to goal. Looks ahead now. Back to Myers. Spaced across. She's already taken a few long shots in this game. Doesn't on this occasion. Good idea. Almost finds win. Rice will let that one go out, but it was off of the Vikings. As we're going to see changes now for both teams yet again. The Cairns will come in for Claire Potter. Re-entering the game for the Roadrunners will be Issa Durkin. Maya Woods also re-entering the fray. And Ellie Peterson. Cairns, her first touch of the second half is a good one, finds win. Pass is deflected, Suchi fighting for it. Doesn't get it with the reached out toe. Amira trying to intercept that one, deflects it. Myers can't bring it down. And Noon's pass is blocked away. Vikings have shut up shop after a first 5 minutes in which Metro State University Denver were somewhat knocking on the door. Still not a shot registered for the hosts in this second half. Almost 20 minutes gone, the final period of today's action here at Harrington Field. Vikings, of course, would be disappointed to come out without a goal here in their home opener. They want to set the tone early that this is a team that can finish. Monolily on the ball, burst of pace ahead, gets past one. And a little nutmeg there, does the defender twice, and she's fouled. Immediate impact off the bench, creativity on the ball, and a free kick opportunity for Western. That's what Monolily brings to the pitch. Emily Rice and Hallie Noel, the dead ball specialists, up right now for the Vikings. 6 black shirts in the box. Keep an eye on Myers and Suchi, providing some height in there. It'll be sent in by Rice. Floated right into the mixer. Amira got a piece of it, flicked it on. Tried to find Mia Cairns, but it was just beyond her reach. That last incisive ball in, just been lacking so far. And the press of Monolily forces that ball to be just shot out of bounds. Vikings take over once again. MSU Denver has had a tough time dealing with the press, as so many teams do coming into Harrington. Chasing after it and going to ground is Emily Holdridge. Emily and Audrey, both the Holdridge sisters, already have some experience playing along some of these Vikings, including Morgan Monolily played with the Bellingham United team this summer, or the previous summer in 2023. That was a team that made it to the championship game of the Cascadia Premier League. Burst of pace down the wing is cut out by an offside flag. Excuse me, it looks like that ball might have trickled over the touchline. It'll be a Vikings throw. 25 minutes left to go. Breakthrough yet to be seen. Cairns to win and back to Cairns. MSU Denver trying to win it high up the pitch, but Cairns electing to clear the danger. Still no shots for the Vikings here in the second half. Just the one for Metro State. Clipped ahead towards Monolily, but it's over her head. And now Myers picks it up. Sprinting towards the near side. Release valve is Emily Rice. Played to Cairns, looking to switch the play. Wins all alone at the opposite side. She wants the play to go through her. Noel grants her that wish, gets the ball ahead to her. Looks towards the box, lifts it in. Good ball. Far side. Amira is unable to make good contact. Myers can't get to the seconds. Cairns plays it off to Myers, looks at goal, and that one was always going away to the right. See behind the goal there to the left side, I believe that's the Metro State University Denver volleyball team who just played a match earlier today against Central Washington. Won in straight sets, here to support the soccer team. As we have a substitution here for MSU Denver. Jaslyn Sanders, who played a large chunk of that first half off the bench, now comes in for the second. Sanders, a sophomore out of Aurora, Colorado. Transfer from Division I Mississippi Valley State. One of a number of transfers in this Metro State University lineup. Roadrunners pulling from Division I, Division II, and JUCO, as well as Division III. Hard fight for the ball on the near side, and it will be a Western throw-in. Thrown into Monolily. Defender at her back. Well, another one ahead of her, but she somehow keeps the ball. Good 1-2 with Amira. Captain to captain, Harden Noel, cross the center line. Long balls looking for Monolily. A little back heel flick touch isn't able to bring it down at the end. Lovely bit of technical skill there, though. It's just that little extra touch that Monolily can provide. When it comes out, it can really change a game. We saw earlier on with the nutmeg leading to the best chance of the game for the Vikings. They've leaned on that Monolily magic a whole lot over the last 2 years. Found a really tough time scoring when Monolily was on a cold streak to start off 2023. But despite not putting up goals for the first couple weeks to a month of the season, she still ended up with 15 total points to lead the Vikings. That was second in the GNAC. Also put up 23 shots on goal last year. Good header there to the far post. Chance for MSU Denver. Oh, what a save! How did Abigail Trengove get to that one? The best chance of the match, and Abby says no. That was a perfectly played set piece by the Roadrunners. Flicked from post to post. That should have been a goal every day of the week. That's a stunning save from the senior to keep this at 0-0. High lofted ball right into the middle. Cleared away. Vikings get away from the danger. Metro State almost stole a goal against the run of play there that would have really shifted the outlook of this game. That one goes into the stands as we're going to have substitutions for both sides. Some more attacking power on the field, and Sophie Beardencroft. Emily Holdridge goes to the bench. And Tessa Brettschneider checks back in for the Roadrunners. there's one thing that is hard not to notice about the way Abigail Trengub impacts games is she's always up to make that big save, that one that you really don't expect the goalkeeper to make. We've seen that in friendlies and preseason games as the offside flag is up. Now getting to see under the lights in a regular season match here at Harrington. "20 minutes left in the match. Both teams willing themselves forward, some tired legs out there, just trying to push through, find that breakthrough. Noel plays it ahead. Good turn by Wynn. Plays it ahead. Myers, and it falls in the end. Asuchi has a long shot that's blocked. Getting there was Chanel Aranibus. Monolili fighting to keep the pressure on and earns a throw-in. It'll be another substitution for the Vikings. It'll be in defense. Emily Rice comes off the field. Olivia Connell, the sophomore, to replace her. Rice putting in a good shift today. One of those experienced players who was part of the national championship squad in 2022. Wynn throws to Monolili. Back to her. Noel does well to win that one. Looks ahead. Amira. Myers ahead of her, calling for it. Ball played a little further in, though. Unable to corral it was Beardencroft. Collision there in the middle of the pitch. Won't lead to a card. Win, no complaints on that one. This Metro State volleyball team providing the support right now from behind their own net. One of the best things about collegiate athletics is the camaraderie across departments, across sports. Vikings men's soccer team in attendance for this match after their win earlier on. The Viking women watched that win from the sidelines as they prepared to go on for this match. Monolili has it taken away from her. In a battle there with Madrid Mac, it'll be a Metro State throw and a substitution for Western Washington. Excuse me, they will not be able to do that right now as it is a MSU Denver throw-in. Still adjusting to the new NCAA rules. And now it will be a substitution. Claire Potter re-enters the pitch. Coming off, it's going to be Abby Suchi. Potter is joined by Emily Rice straight back onto the pitch after coming off just a couple minutes ago. A lot of firepower out there right now for Western Washington. Monolili, Potter, and Beardencroft all up there in the mix. Travis Cannell, the legendary Vikings coach here, throwing everything he has at the Roadrunners for the last 16 minutes to try to get a result. Headed up by Myers. Myers put a long shift in today. It's been really quality. Experienced senior coming from Division I. Collision on the near side. It'll be a throw-in taken quickly by Maya Woods. Thrown right into the waiting lap of Hallie Noel. Beardencroft plays it short to Cairns. Cairns looks ahead. Myers is making the run. Lofted up ahead for her. It gets to her. Just lost behind her boots there. Rice back on the ball. Her pass is blocked. Cairns battles for it. No whistle. Let him play has certainly been the MO of head referee Kyle Thomas. Letting this one flow. Not using the whistle a whole lot. Harden switches play, far side, Connell. Harden, the junior, coming into this season expected to be one of the stars of the GNAC in defense. So far, the Vikings have put in a Another performance where just up and down the pitch, it doesn't look like there's a clear path towards goal. And the one time that the Roadrunners were able to find it, they were denied by Trengov in spectacular fashion. Tessa Kilman comes back into the fray. She was one of the tied leading scorers for the Roadrunners in 2023 with 4 goals to her name. Tied with Monica Yoder. Roadrunners a program right now looking for that one standout offensive star. It was a offense by commission in 2023 with over 10 separate goal scorers. This one's lofted into a danger area, bouncing around in the box. Trengrove can't find it, but is able to smother the danger in the end. Another really well-taken set piece by the Roadrunners. The Vikings escaped. Gotta say, off of set pieces, MSU Denver, they've done very well to make the most of them. They're unlucky not to have capitalized on it already. Well, weighted ball ahead. Vikings bursting forward. Nice move to get around a defender on the far side, send the ball in. Rice is in the box. That one's far too close to Bach. Myers was the only black shirt in the zip code of that cross, and she wasn't getting to it. Monolily causes some disruption, but Roadrunners able to maintain the ball. Looking to build from the back. And it's going to be a stoppage of play here. Down on the field, injured is Brooklyn Gold, but it looks like she'll be up to her feet pretty quickly. Roadrunners offensive star last season at 3 goals, 5 assists. Led the team in points. One of the top point getters in the RMAC as a whole, and it looks like she's gonna just get stretched out here, a little cramping issue. The junior out of Carlsbad, California. And Gold's gonna walk it off. It looks like she will be coming off the pitch now. Unable to fight through that. Replaced by another goal-scoring threat in Monica Yoder, who started this match, a RMAC honorable mention selection in 2023 with 4 goals to her name. .12:47 is where the clock is stopped at right now. It'll restart on the kick. Roadrunners can't break ahead on that one as Connell was there to clear the danger. Up ahead to Monolily, looks forward. A couple of black shirts ahead of her, plays it short. Claire Potter. Potter back to Monolily, passes just beyond her to the right side, and Monolily commits the foul. That's the kind of small pass that you want to consistently see, as there is some back and forth there between Janelle Aranibas and Lydia Myers. Myers went in for a handshake there with Aranibas, and I don't think that she obliged. Getting a little bit chippy here in the last 15. These teams need a burst of energy right now, and if you have to do it with a little bit of afters, more power to you. The captain, Reeder, sends that one ahead. Aerial duel won by the Vikings and sent downfield. Beardencroft's under it. She won't get there. Amira gets a foot in. And Metro State the other way now. Passed off to Brett Schneider, near side now. Maya Woods has a shot, it's wide right. Did not take a deflection. Woods unable to trouble Trengove there, as we're gonna have another substitution here for the visitors. Coming into the pitch will be Issa Durkin. Another one of the previous 2023 RMAC All-Conference Honorable Mentions. Harden and Noel. And right back to Harden, last player back. Pressed up there by Tessa Kilman. And Connell has some trouble and just gets away from it. Potter is calling for a run ahead, plays it now to Emily Rice, and it'll be a free kick. Vikings looking to play quick here. They need a catalyst. Haven't found it so far. Vikings have only conceded once against the Roadrunners in their last 4 meetings, and they're 10.5 minutes away from another shutout, but it won't mean too much if they can't deliver on their offensive end. Well controlled by Harden to bring it down and get it to Connell. Cut back on the far side by Hamira. Sliding tackle. Keeps it with the Vikings, and the long ball ahead. Got past the defender, but Myers wasn't ready for it. Maya Woods back in her own corner, looking for options ahead. Her attempted passes get up into the reeds by Hallie Noel, and we're going to see some changes here. I believe that's Kalani Noon coming back into the match. Noon in a physical battle right now with Emily Rice. Rice can't keep that one from going over the touchline. That'll be another substitution now. Madrid Mack comes back into the match, replacing Tessa Brest-Schneider. Durkin kicks it out with her first action off the bench here. Under 10 minutes remaining. Monolily followed her feet, cuts it inside. Really nice move, a little bit of space ahead of her. Now back to the middle, tries to play a through ball in, gets back to the second, and puts it in a dangerous area. Nobody made the run. Hamira was in the area, but didn't attack the space and paid for it, as a really nice play from Monolily goes unrewarded. Vikings need to find a couple more areas of creativity aside from the feet of Monolily. Ball played for Maya Woods to run onto, but too much on it, out of bounds. More substitutions coming here. Clock will stop on the substitution. Coming back in, that's exactly the energy the Vikings needed. Emily Holdridge, who's just been running all over the place in her time in this debut. Beardencroft will go back to the bench. So a senior replaced by a freshman here in crunch time. See if it pays off for Travis Cannell. Potter racing ahead. Ball forward, finds Myers. Holdridge is in the middle alongside Hamira. Myers with it herself, now into the box. Deflected cross, top. Potter shoots, and it's just over the crossbar. A good effort from the junior. Troubled Bach for a minute, but not able to get it underneath that top crossbar. Best chance the Vikings have seen in a little while. Harden and Noel deal with that one, as they have all night. The infallibility of this back line is just never ending, it seems. Year after year, it's one of the best in the region, in the nation even. Vikings looking rewarded on the offensive end. Holdridge's run is cut out, but it'll be a Viking throw. Hamira will take it. Changes here coming for the visitors, I believe. It will be, in fact, a Viking substitution. Lydia Myers is going to check out. Ashley Wynn comes in. And for MSUD, Brooklyn Gold, their offensive main threat, comes back onto the pitch. Was dealing with a little injury earlier on, but has worked around it. Monolily unable to control the throw. And a Roadrunner goal kick will ensue. Vikings only scored 10 goals at home in 2023. Never scored more than 2. Only had 3 games with more than 1. That is a pattern they do not want to continue. Under 7 minutes to play. Connell dribbles ahead herself. Hamira on the far side. Space to put in an early cross. Holdridge in the middle. Takes a shoulder. No whistle. Long shot from Monolily is way off. Vikings right now only 10 shots, average 12 a game in last season's campaign. Roadrunner team has done a good job of restricting them, especially once they get into that attacking third. Hasn't been a lot of space. Holdridge sprinting after that one, and she's rewarded. It will be a Roadrunner throw, but keeping them penned into their own side of the field. Vikings want to make sure they have a stranglehold on this game, at least for the last 5 minutes, guarantee at least a result. Win into Potter. Space towards the middle of the pitch. That ball is played behind Monolily. Seems frustrated she didn't make the run into that space. Gives a thumbs up to Potter. It's just been a click off time and time again. The ball goes into a good spot and the run doesn't come, or vice versa. Just some early season miscommunications perhaps. Taken off the face there of Jane Hamira. 5 minutes left. Holdridge flicks it on. Monolily unable to get to that one. Calm, cool, and collected is Sammy Spring. Trengove calls off Noel. Trengove directing the troops. Plays it short to Harden. Vikings 10 shots to the Roadrunners 4. Most dangerous of the game coming for the visitors, though. When all's said and done, the player of the game for the Vikings, if they can't find a winner, has to be on the defensive end. Off the chest of Monolily at midfield. Some grabbing at the jersey there, and got to be at least 10 fouls so far on Monolily. Vikings take the free kick quickly. Racing to get there is Emily Rice. She does keep it inbounds. 4 black shirts in the middle. Deflected cross. Danger for Bach, and unable to put it on frame is Holdridge. Excuse me, that was Claire Potter streaking in and just off with the header. Potter has had the last 2 shots for the Vikings, both of them off target. Once again, it gets straight back to the Vikings. But they're unable to keep it in bounds. Noel's pass trickles over the touchline. Three minutes left, dying embers of this match. Goal at this point surely will be a winner for either team. Vikings trying to send the home crowd happy and make it a perfect 2-for-2 for Viking soccer on the day. Over in Carver Gym, Vikings volleyball is just a couple points away from securing a 3-set sweep of Sonoma State. Both of those games alongside with this one coming to a climax at the same time. Wolters goes to ground and draws a free kick away from play. Frustration on the face of the captain, Maddie Reeder. Vikings, looks like they're going to set up to put this all the way into the danger area off the foot of Hallie Noel. Six black shirts around the box. Rice and Noel standing over this one. It will be Noel. That one's going to go to the top of the area. Connell gets a touch to it, has a shot. It's deflected and collected. Connell, the center back, found herself with the ball at her feet from 12 yards out. Just couldn't connect with it strongly. MSU Denver trying to break ahead. Do they have one last shocker left in them? Just over a minute remaining. Monalili tracking back, winning the ball. Hamira plays ahead to Potter. Potter around one, gets it to Holdridge. Play on, says the referee. Monalili's in the middle. Wynn following behind her, and the final ball in there was just not convincing. On the deck and easily cleared. 1 minute remaining, 60 seconds to try to grab a winner. Everybody ahead right now for Western Washington. Noel lifts it in. Headed away only as far as Emily Rice and taken back by the Roadrunners. And as the visitors control this one, they might have the last look of the game, unless Cairns can turn this around quick. 30 seconds left. Rice has to take this throw in as quick as she can. Gets to Cairns. Lofted ahead. Wynn runs onto it. Shoulder to shoulder with the captain. And winning that physical battle is Maddie Reeder. 10 seconds on the clock. It looks like this one is going to tick down to a 0-0 draw. Well, Western Washington continue to struggle to put goals on the board here at home, but still collect a result in their season opener against Metro State University Denver, a game that the Vikings outshot the Roadrunners. It's about 2-1, 12 shots on the game for them, just 4 for the Roadrunners. Play of the game, easily a save, flashing across goal by Abigail Trengove to keep this at 0-0. An incredible save that saved this match for Western Washington. Also very good defensive play by Hallie Noel alongside Asia Harden on the back line, secures Western Washington. Yet another shutout, something they have become very used to doing here at home. But on the offensive end, a little bit of magic from Morgan Monalili. Doesn't get the ball in the back of the net, and no one else is able to finish up. Western Washington held scoreless in their season debut in 2024. They'll be back on Sunday. Big-time matchup there against number 6 nationally ranked University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Be sure to tune into that. Tune into any of the many events happening this weekend in Carver Gym and Harrington Field. So on the day, Western Washington undefeated in a doubleheader, a win against Chico State and a draw against MSU Denver. I've been Adam Race on the call for you. Thank you for joining us today on Vikings TV. Good evening, and as always, Sko Vikes.